Hi, so another step of why you probably have back pain starts to get a little bit more complicated. So if I were to ask you for your ASIS, which is the bone, hip bone that's here, and then ask you for the PSIS, I forget what they're called, anterior, posterior, hip bones pretty much. So if you look at my fingers here and my fingers here, how is the height? That you don't necessarily want them level because then you can see that that brings my pelvis back a little bit. And so everyone's body can be in a different place. And so you might be in a little bit of a tilt, and that's where your muscles can be neutral. If you then start to fix it into what we want to tell it to be neutral, the pain might be that telling you that it doesn't want you to move it. It wants you to listen to it rather to kind of get out of pain. So there's this direction here. Then if you turn and you look at the other direction and we do the same thing, then you can see how on this side, I'm actually uneven to each side. And this isn't unusual for a lot of people. So here I look like I have more of a posterior tilt here. And then here actually looked like I'm pretty neutral here. So the place that they meet up to, so we have our spine, which is separate from our pelvis, which is actually two sides, which is connected to our legs. So sometimes tight legs can affect the back because they attach to the pelvis. So you working on trying to get both of these sides into a neutral point. Where they meet is the two SI joints, which is just where the sacrum and the pelvis come to meet, and then that's a place where a lot of nerves go through. So if you start to strengthen your muscles too much, creating movement of the bone, then they could then affect the nerves. And so that's why there's a lot of messages out there about like releasing your muscles and stretching. And so that's a little bit more in depth of why you might also have back pain. Thanks.